I'll let Coach start it off, and then we'll take questions from Mitch.
Yeah, obviously disappointing, right? We haven't played very well of late, and tonight was a disappointing game. So, long season, a lot of games to play, but certainly tonight, along with this stretch, has been rough. So, hopefully, we can learn from this and grow as a team, and try to get better and get back to playing the way we were playing earlier in the year.
There's a lot of things. I think it's mostly, we're not moving the ball and not playing as a team overall, just not playing as a team in many aspects.
It's kind of the sense during this skid from everybody else on the team.
We're just trying to get the bad taste out of our mouths. We need to move on to the next game and get a win. Start rolling again like we were in the beginning of the season, MAC season.
Mitch, how would you compare the team cohesiveness in the first 3 games in conference play when you went 3-0 to these last 3 losses?
I don't see any difference other than on the court. We're not playing as a team, so the vibe in the locker room's the same. We're just trying to win games, but everybody sees it who watches the game, so we're just not playing as a team.
You got Troy last 2 games his shots just haven't been falling. How do you guys keep him confident and keep him shooting the way that he can?
Gotta give him more open looks. He hasn't been getting that many uncontested threes, like I've been saying. We're not moving the ball like we were doing, and when he was getting open shots, he's getting a little more contested now. The scouting report's out, but he's still shooting pretty decent percentage. He's the best in the MAC, I think. Well, after this game, I don't know, but.
Questions about the game, those are questions for me, not he doesn't need to be answering that type of stuff. But you have questions about the game for Mitch?
How are you feeling? We saw you bang your head a little bit. You all right?
I'm good.
He's a tough kid. Mitch will be fine.
Say more. All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, Mitch.
Stresses at the end of halves and hurt you guys. You got off to a nice start tonight.
Yep.
And about the 8-minute mark, they started making a run in the last 4 minutes again. We got a hard time stopping.
Yeah, we struggle right now, end of halves, like you said. We struggle when things get tough for us offensively. You got to guard even when things aren't going well offensively. You got to be able to do that. Right now, we're not doing that. And as you just said, the end of halves and the last 8 minutes of the first half, I don't know what we got outscored. I don't have it, but it was very significant.
Over the last 2 games in particular, it seems like you only have 2 or 3 guys who can really score consistently.
It's not about scoring. It's consistently. That has zero to do with this, man. The whole game has to do with how we're defending when things aren't going well for us offensively. So there's lots of teams that struggle to score, and they will still guard. And, the 2 games on the road, our defense at the end of games was not good. One of those games we scored a lot, Miami of Ohio. Late in the game we scored. We didn't get stops. Western Michigan, we struggled a little bit to score, but we still had the lead by 4 with under 4 minutes to go. Tonight, the end of the first half, as was mentioned, was bad. We made a little run, got back in the game, and again, there were defensive rebounds. We had to get them, and we didn't get them. Darius Bean had 5 offensive rebounds. He's a 6'1", guard. He had 5 offensive rebounds. We got out-rebounded by 17 tonight. So, unfortunately, there have been different things, so you try to fix this one, and then you go to the next one. And at the end of the day, we just have to compete more, and compete more as a team in order to win these games. That's the bottom line.
The bench play, how would you comment on what you've seen not only today but the last 3 games, particularly today?
Well, the bench wasn't very good. CJ played well. He had 14 points, but we were -4 with him in. Well, and he competed. He competed. And Mitch always plays hard, but we have to be better. We just have to be better. It's not a bench or starters. You look at the starters, we didn't shoot the ball very well from, a number of different spots tonight from the starters. It's really the team. It's not a one guy. he's struggling or this guy's struggling. Like, we have to play better as a team. That's the bottom line. We have to compete harder. We have to be a little bit more disciplined defensively. We got to find a way to dig ourselves out of this hole. That's it, because nobody's feeling bad for us. And the only way to get yourself out of the hole is to win a game. And I can pinpoint and say, well, this game it was rebounding. Last game it was turnovers, or we didn't get a stop the last 4 minutes. Game before we had 13 turnovers in the first half. So unfortunately, and we're coaching the heck out of these guys, trying to get them to do these little things. But right now it's not clicking. So it's my job and our staff's job to try to get it clicking. There's no excuses. There's no, guys are on the court. We have to perform a little bit better.
Seemed like the press worked for a couple
It did.
minutes and then not so much near the end. I mean, what do you attribute
Yeah,
that to?
I mean, you eventually, if you press every possession, eventually they're going to break it sometimes, and that's what they did. And late, they broke it for a couple dunks and layups where, we were not in the bonus, and we were telling these guys, if you get the press broken, to foul on the ground, but we didn't do it. And there's some of that too, where there's a lot of stuff that we are communicating, and it's like going in one ear and out the other, and that's a problem. I'm not used to that. I'm used to guys that I don't want to say they take everything I say as gospel, because that's not true either, but when we say, hey, when it crosses half court to foul, that they're not getting a dunk, and that's not supposed to happen. There have been too many of those, some breakdowns on things that should not occur. But listen, that's all part of the season, and we have a lot of season left, and our guys have to look inward and say, okay, these are things that, they don't like this feeling, I hope. You don't like to lose, and I know I don't like to lose, and okay, I'm going to do some things differently to prevent this from happening. I'm going to change a little bit of what I'm doing to make sure that we don't lose. And honestly, it starts with our upperclassmen. That's where that all starts.
Coach, coaching the sport as long as you have, that great teams have an arc in their season. Do you feel that maybe after this game and at this moment, this could be your team's arc?
Well, I would say it's a ditch. We're on the downslope. Let's hope it's the bottom of that downslope. But you don't know. I mean, that really is going to come down to how these guys respond to this adversity. We have not responded well. I would have expected us. We started the game great. We started the game. We were great. We were up 10, 13 minutes ago. We were moving the ball. We were getting stops. We were flying around. And then it didn't continue. Well, it's 40 minutes. And that's been a problem for us. Like, you can't turn this thing on and off and then just expect these other teams to go away. They have good players. They want to win. They're competing. All the things that you need to do, you have to do them the entire game. And right now, we are struggling to do that across the board. We are struggling to do that.
First half, you shot a bunch of threes. I think you had 2 free throws.
Yeah.
Is that kind of, again, you mentioned defense kind of setting up?
Well, we those are bad shots. I mean, we had 8 to 10. I'd have to look where we don't even pass the ball before we shoot. We come off one ball screen, we come off another ball screen, we shoot. We come off a ball, like, we're trying to get these guys to move the ball more, but right now the screening isn't very good. So that's why we're not getting open off ball screens. The screening hasn't been very good. That's usually the front court players. The passing hasn't been very good. That's the perimeter players. The shot selection hasn't been very good. That's a lot of times, that's across the board. So, and then our rebounding. We had 9 offensive rebounds. 2 of them went off their hands. So we really had 7. So we missed enough shots to get more than 7 back, right? And that all comes down to just the total deal. We've got to look inward and see some things that we need to improve upon, things that have been coached and have been stressed and have been sort of consistently conveyed to these guys, and we have to start to get better, because right now we're struggling in every facet right now.
Any more questions for Coach? Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you, guys.